It's that time of year, the Final Four for the NFL. The Super Bowl is right around the corner, but right now we're breaking down the championship games. 4 teams left, only 2 will persevere to play in the Super Bowl. Slater, I know it's been a hot minute. Welcome back. Happy New Year, Merry Christmas, Happy Thanksgiving. It's been a while, but we're here for one reason. To talk about the NFL playoffs. We've seen some really exciting games so far, and we've got some more exciting games to break down. Yeah. Sorry, Chargers, didn't work out that way. Let's just jump right into it. And we got, the AFC. Well, that's the second game, sorry. We'll start with the NFC. The Commanders, really underrated team this year. You got a rookie quarterback, fresh new team with Dan Schneider. Look where they're at. They're playing their divisional foes again. Third time, they know each other so well. They have each other's numbers, kind of both sides of the ball. But, this is going to be a good one. The Eagles can make it back to the Super Bowl after a year off. Who you got? What's going on?
Yeah, well, it's a super interesting matchup because, the Commanders going from the second worst team in the NFL last year to playing in the NFC title game, which is incredible if you think about it. Like the way they can turn around in 1 year, it's amazing. And what Jaden Daniels is doing, broke the rookie rushing record by a quarterback, RG3, former Commander or Redskin. It's amazing to see, and he's playing lights out ball. He's doing probably what RG3 would have done his rookie year if he would have stayed healthy.
Yeah, till a playoff game. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So are we making our picks now?
Yeah, you can give me your picks. Maybe I'll veto. Maybe I'll agree and kind of give you other little stats. Go for it.
I like the Commander. They got through the Lions.
Yeah, that's big. They went up 2 scores. Yeah.
And
yeah,
playing indoors is even if you're on the road, it helps a lot, especially for a running quarterback. Even if they were to play in LA, I still like the Commanders' odds. And Philly. It could be worse too. You are on the road. It is in Philadelphia. It could be snowy, but you've already played them twice. You're familiar with the team, so they're definitely beatable. They got a win, I believe it was like week 17.
Yeah, last second.
Or week 16. Yeah, but not Jane Daniels, but Jalen Hurts was out for the majority of that game with a concussion, so that played a big factor, and they barely won that game too. Kenny Pickett had to come in and lead them. So
that's right.
That being said,
Barkley still had 150 on the ground.
Yeah, and talk about Saquon Barkley having a career year. Probably could have broke the record if they let him play.
Yeah.
But look at him now. He's rushing. He had that breakaway touchdown last week, slapping his helmet in the snow, which was awesome to see. I'm really happy for him. He gets to play in the playoffs with a good team, a good O-line.
About time.
Yeah, about time. So that being said, I'm taking the Washington Commanders.
Wow, really upset alert. Okay, well that makes my job easy because I wanted to take Philly. I just thought you would take Philly just because, like you just mentioned, all the great stats with Jalen Hurts, AJ Brown, Devontae Smith, Goddard. But the thing that separated this team last year was that one running back. Because that's not any disrespect to DeAndre Swift or the running backs in the past, Miles Sanders, etc. Saquon Barkley is just that guy, and he's rushed for over. You look at these last games. That's okay. Let's look at LA. I rushed for 205. Green Bay 119. Dallas 167. And that's with him missing a week too. So just saying all that, and you're looking at the career or this career year that he's having, I don't see why they don't stop running with him. They're probably gonna snow. I'm not sure exactly the weather in Philly. They're expecting something really cold. And I'll stick to this. Experience always outweighs inexperience. Simple as that. This team was here just a year ago in the Super Bowl. They've been in the playoffs the majority of the last few seasons with Jalen Hurts at the helm since he's been the starter. And Barkley's just put this team over the hump. And I thought, honestly, the Ravens would be the team in the AFC to kind of do this too. There's 2 new running backs. But I'm going to keep it with the Birds. And, shout out to Mike Dahlquist. Go Eagles.
Yeah.
So, let's do that.
Yeah, and the Eagles, they fixed a lot. They fixed the issues that they had last year too. The conditioning. They didn't finish games strong at the late end of the season,
right?
And you see it this year. They're playing the best football that they can right now, which is really important. And they're at home, which is a big factor. So
exactly. So we got Philly. All right, we just broke down the NFC. Slater, you took the Commanders. I took the 6-point favorites in the Philadelphia Eagles. You're saying Jaden Daniels gets it done, becomes the first rookie quarterback to lead his team to a Super Bowl. Because we've seen multiple in the since we've been growing up, whether it's Sanchez or Big Ben. Go
Mahomes.
Yeah.
Or no, he wasn't a rookie, actually.
Yeah, but I mean, technically it's first year. We've seen a lot of good stuff. So now we're going to the juggernaut, which is the Chiefs, and the offensive juggernaut in the regular season, which is the Buffalo Bills. Now, take in mind, this game's going to be in Kansas City. If it was in Buffalo, you'd probably be having a different narrative, depending on how you weigh it. But, I mean, the Kansas City Chiefs, it's hard enough to make it to the playoffs again, yet alone repeat. Now we're looking for a three-peat, something that's never been done before. Brady, he had that year off before winning his third one. But, I mean, this is going to be a great game. I mean, these teams have it out for each other. Everyone's rooting against the Chiefs just because they're so darn good. You can't blame them. But, hey, if you want to stop them, just stop them. Before we break this down, I know the Chiefs kind of been on and off this season for offense. They've averaging 327 yards of offense per game. The Bills are letting up 341. So Chiefs are 16th offensively, Bills are 17th defensively. So it's going to be kind of a matter of which team is going to show up. And we know Patrick Mahomes does this year in, year out. He comes in the playoffs, he's getting all his wide receivers healthy, barring Rashee Rice. But can he do this again and lead his team to another freaking Super Bowl?
Yeah. I mean, last year it felt a lot different. Kansas City played on the road all three playoffs games and ended up winning the Super Bowl. And also, I mean, I don't know. It just feels different this year. It really does. Like, it really just feels like Josh Allen, having an MVP type year between him and Lamar. It really feels like this is the year that Josh Allen and the Bills can get it done. I mean, they have a good rushing attack, and James Cook had 16 rushing touchdowns this year. Lost Stephon Diggs, but I mean, the Bills are playing lights out football, and like you said, Josh Allen, MVP candidate. It's just, for me, it's just hard to pick against Patrick Mahomes. He reminds me of Tom Brady. He is the next Tom Brady if you look at the stats and the wins and the win column, Super Bowls.
He gets it done. He's a winner.
He's got that championship DNA, and I mean, there's a reason why it's never been done before in history, 3 Super Bowls in a row. It's very hard to do, but to me, if there's a team that can do it, and there's a team that I'm not going to bet against, and a player I'm not going to bet against, it's Patrick Mahomes. I'm not going to bet against him, so I'm taking the Kansas City Chiefs at home in Arrowhead. Place is going to be rocking. I think it'll be a great game. In no terms do I see this game being a blowout. Could be wrong. If it's going to be a blowout, I see the Bills blowing them out. But that's really hard to do in Arrowhead. I can't even remember the last time that's ever happened in Arrowhead. Chiefs won 15 games this year. Probably would have won 16 if they started all their starters. The only loss is to the Bills in Buffalo.
And that Denver game, but I don't really count that.
No, that doesn't count.
Yeah.
But Mahomes, I mean, Josh Allen had that crazy 4th and 2, like 27-yard touchdown run to ice it. And the Chiefs were still in that game, too. They played them tough, but it was their one loss. So if there's a team that can do it, it's Buffalo, but I can't pick against Mahomes and that championship DNA.
Yeah, shout out to the Montez family and those people out in Iowa watching. Like you said, when you have a team at this caliber that just is so accustomed to winning, that's who they draft. That's everyone buys into it. The free agents that come in, the rookies that come in, coaches that come in, the staff that comes in, they all buy into that. And not taken away from the Buffalo Bills. If this was in Buffalo, I'd have to take Buffalo because, like you said, all the stars are aligning for this. But I will side with you on the AFC just because how can you go against the people who have been winning? Until they're stopped, they're going to keep winning. And this is, if the Bills want to prove that they're here, like you said, they've lost every game in the Josh Allen era against Patrick Mahomes in the playoffs. The regular season, they do great, but that's not when it matters the most. So you got to take Kansas City. If I can make a bold prediction right now, point-wise, I'll say 29-24. It's going to be another nail-biter in Arrowhead, and I don't know. You got to take Kansas City. As much as I want to take Buffalo, my head's telling me take the 2-point favorites in Kansas City, and I think they're going to do that. So it's going to be a repeat of the Super Bowl from a few years ago. Jalen Hurts versus Mahomes, Eagles versus the Chiefs. Another little duo. We'll see how this goes. Another duel.
Yeah, and I just want to give a quick shout out to my favorite player of all time, Tom Brady. Gave Patrick Mahomes his first regular season loss, playoff loss, and Super Bowl loss.
That's right.
I just want to say that.
That's really, wow, that's a cool stat. That's really cool. It's been great. There's something I can say about both these games, it's going to come down. This is kind of not that bold. It's going to come down to the stars. You know, you look at who the Chiefs signed in the offseason with Hollywood Brown. You know, they drafted Xavier Worthy. I know they traded for Hopkins and Rashee Rice is out, but it's going to come down to those guys they signed. And with the Eagles, it's going to come down to Barkley and those defensive players they signed, new coaches and all that. It's going to come down to these adjustments they made in the offseason to play chess against each other. And like, okay, we were down on running back. We upgraded him. We upgraded again. You know, so the Chiefs, if you're looking on paper at wide receiver, they are probably the most talented team. Hence, they're a little older, but they gotta get through this Bills defense. I know they said 17th ranked, but don't sleep on them. You know, those corners, that defense, they're here for a reason. So Josh Allen's been firing all cylinders. Even when he's held to 127 passing yards, he still gets it done. Don't sleep on him. You know, let's just get it going. And I'm ready for some good games. We're right around the corner. This is it. Super Bowl time again.
Yeah, let's hope, because a lot of the games haven't been that good. I mean, the divisional round was a lot better than wild card. Only good wild card game was the Commanders and the Bucks.
Yeah.
Divisional round, we had Chiefs. I mean, they blew out the Texans basically. And then we had the Eagles and Rams, which was pretty good. And then what else did we have that was a good game? The Ravens and the Bills was a great game.
And then Detroit Commanders, yeah.
Yeah, and Detroit and Commanders, that game was crazy to watch. Just Detroit, I thought they were going to go Super Bowl this year. They were my Super Bowl favorite.
Same.
Besides Kansas City.
Thought this was the year.
But hey, it's NFL football, it's pro football. You never know. Any team can win on any given Sunday.
And we just want to shout out everyone that's staying tuned with us. We know we've been gone for a while, but we're back for the best time of the year, the Super Bowl. We're ready to get going, ready to fire off. We're back. Just a shout out to the Fox River guys that are watching. We got all the trophies in. We're ready to give everyone the respective trophies, and we can't wait to see everyone. Until next time for the Super Bowl, we out.